Well, thanks for sending the questions to the Ask Byron feature once again. I have a letter from Gina Rail from Raleigh, North Dakota. And Gina writes on the computer, "I'd like to know what is being done about milk prices in North Dakota. The dairy farmer cannot even afford to buy their own products. We're getting paid less than we did 20 or 30 years ago. What are we going to do? We have children to feed. We feed the world but can't feed ourselves. This is a cry for justice. Do you hear it?" Gina, I do hear it. In fact, in recent days, we've worked with the Secretary of Agriculture to provide some emergency funding for dairy producers. Look, I understand, especially, there's no harder job, no more difficult job in the world than to run a dairy operation. You're talking there about minimum twice a day, 7 days a week. There's no vacation in the dairy business, and the fact is when prices collapse, as they have, it's devastating for a dairy producer. So we're trying to get some price assistance in the short term, and we have about a $350 million announcement by the Secretary of Agriculture on that point. Let me, Gina, just say to you, thanks for being in the dairy business. If you are, I think that you must be. And thanks for doing the work that you do. I had an Eastern congressman come to North Dakota with me once. He was from Massachusetts. And I took him to a dairy farm where they milked about 80 cows. And he was standing there in a blue striped shirt and a striped suit. And he looked at how hard it was to milk cows, and it was about 5 in the afternoon. And he asked me, how often do they do this? And I said, they do it every morning and every evening. And then he asked, do they have to do it on weekends too? And I thought, what a question. Of course they have to do it on weekends, but he didn't know. He thought milk came from a glass. Of course it doesn't. It comes from milk cows, and operators in North Dakota that milk their herds twice a day, 7 days a week, deserve some help when prices collapse. And so I'm really pleased to say that at least there's some help on the way, and we hope to provide more. Thanks for your question. Continue to send them in to my website, and I'll continue to try to answer them.